Chapter 45. The Vancouver threshold, the late morning sun of August 20th, 2025, burned to haze over the Texas-New Mexico border, casting a harsh glare across the cracked highways and rusted wrecks where Jimmy Jacks gripped his crossbow, its bloodied bolt steady, his hunter's instinct sharp despite the throb in his bandaged shoulder. At 30, he'd led his family through Carter's assaults, burned the general's depots in Houston and Tijuana, and freed girls from their cages, but a faint echo of a human scream, south days ago, and the drone's buzz, now silent but ever-present, were a storm trailing them. The Jacks homestead, 100 acres of scarred fields and stream-powered turbine, was a distant stronghold, defended by Grandma, Ellie, Clara, Lila, Martha, and the freed girls, but Vancouver's port, the general's trafficking heart, was their target, and Jimmy's resolve burned to end it. Jenny walked beside him, her crowbar gripped tight, her botanist satchel empty, only a knife left, her leg wound bandaged, her green eyes fierce, blood crusted on her sleeve from Tijuana. Grandpa Jacks limped, his .308 rifle slung, his Vietnam scars, stitched leg, bleeding arm, grazed shoulder, defiant, his journal's lesson to fire, blood on his hands. Sam clutched his machete, his arm and leg grazes patched, his devotion to Lila a fierce vow, blood on his blade. Nate, hands bound, supported his sister, 16, gaunt, her rescue a fragile hope, his intel on Vancouver's sewer their edge, blood on his hands from Juarez. Joe Bradley, Jimmy's high school sweetheart turned underground fighter, led one resistance member, pistol ready, her cropped black hair glinting, her grit a spark, blood on her leg and back. Boone, Crawgator's Gulf Prepper leader, commanded one man, shotguns poised, blood on his chest from a graze. The 5 freed girls from Houston and 3 from Tijuana, gaunt but resolute, stayed with Boone's man, their crowbar steady. The general, bound and bloodied, was dragged by Boone, his network, Vancouver, Montreal, Asia, in Jimmy's ledgers, Ellie's broadcast, Carter's done, still burning, Crawgator's ham radio intel, blood-fed ferals, Vancouver labs, drones, guiding their strike. Ferals are close, tracks fresh, Jimmy whispered, his crossbow scanning the ruins, blood in the air from past fights. Carter's bike, south, trailing, maybe with mercs. Vancouver's a week north, back roads, sewer hit at dawn. We push, link with Joe's contacts. Jenny's knife gleamed, her botanist calm a warrior's edge, blood on her sleeve. No explosives, fire, snares, Crawgator's way. The girls need rest. Food. Safe house supplies are gone. We camp, set traps. Joe's pistol was up, her underground fire sharp, blood on her leg. Vancouver contacts, 2 fighters, north edge. Dawn in a week, snares. No charges. Port warehouse, snipers, drones, ferals collared, drugged, 20 caged. Sewers north, 1 guard. Grandpa's rifle scanned the horizon, his voice grim, blood on his hands. Nate, Vancouver, lab, ferals, specifics. Lie, you're done. Nate's voice trembled, his sister's hand in his, blood on his hands. North sewer, 1 guard, pistol, no dogs, grates loose. Basement lab, vats, chemicals, ferals, 20 cage, collared, drugged, blood-fed, 10 mercs. Office, top floor, 2 lieutenants, ledgers, global hubs, Montreal, Shanghai. I heard it for her. Sam's machete twitched, his voice fierce, blood on his blade. For Lila, you're holding, Nate, but don't slip. Boone's shotgun was up, his voice rough, blood on his chest. 1 prepper, horses, Vancouver, my man's in. Crawgator's radioed, Port-a-Fortress, ferals loose, drones patrol, blood labs. Jimmy signaled, leading to the back roads, Nate's sister supported. The general dragged, blood on his face. Jenny's botanist I caught feral tracks, clawed, fresh, near a wrecked truck, her crowbar ready. They're hunting, she whispered, the chant general. General, gone, but Carter's bike engine, faint, south, loomed, blood in the air from their wounds. A mile out, the ruins erupted. Carter's bike, bandana stark, joined by 3 mercs, dark gear, rifles firing, bullets pinging off a rusted car, blood spattering from a graze. Ambush! Jimmy shouted, diving behind rubble, his crossbow firing, a bolt dropping a merc, blood pooling. Joe's pistol cracked, wounding another, blood on his arm, but a drone dove, its red light pinning them, a camera whirring, guiding fire, blood and smoke mixing. Flank. Grandpa barked, his rifle firing, dropping a merc, blood spraying, his limping form steady despite wounds, blood on his arm. Jenny's crowbar smashed a merc's rifle, her knife slashing his arm, blood dripping. Sam's machete slashed a biker's leg, blood spattering. The bike crashing, his shoulder bleeding but steady, Lila's name of Al. Boone's shotgun blasted, fell in the last merc, blood pooling, but bullet grazed his arm, blood welling, his grunt sharp, blood on his hands. Nate pushed his sister behind a slab, his bound hands useless, blood on his hands, his voice breaking. Stay down. Sam's machete slashed, guarding the girls, their crowbars up, their eyes defiant, blood on their hands from gripping tight. Joe's underground fighter fired, wounding the biker, blood trailing as he fled. The drone's buzz fading, its light gone, hit by shrapnel or retreating, blood in the air. But Howell's guttural, feral, broke the chaos. 10 ferals bursting from the ruins, claws raking, drawn by blood, lunging at a fallen merc, tearing flesh, blood spraying, screams fading into snarls. Fire! Jenny shouted, sparking an oil-soaked brush pile, safe house stock, flames roaring, scattering 6 ferals, their charred bodies collapsing, blood and ash mixing. Jimmy's bolt dropped one, Sam's machete slashing another, blood on his blade. Joe's pistol felling a third, blood pooling, but one lunge, claws grazing Nate's leg, blood welling. Grandpa's machete, rifle empty, smashed its skull, saving him, blood and sparks from its collar. Nate's sister sobbing, blood on her hands. Move! Jimmy shouted, pulling Sam. Jenny bandaging Nate's leg with her torn shirt, her botanist calm unbroken, blood on her hands. The girls clung to Boone's man, their fear easing, their crowbar steady. Grandpa limped, blood dripping, his machete ready, Nate and his sister trembling. Boone's preppers down to 1. Joe's underground gone, the general bound, sneering, blood on his lips. We broke 'em, Jimmy said, his crossbow up, his eyes on the ledgers, blood on his sleeve. Safe house, regroup, plan Vancouver, port, sewer, labs, lieutenants, dawn in a week. Jenny's crowbar was up, her resolve iron, blood on her sleeve. The girls need rest, food, water, gone. I'll set snares, fire pits, Crawgator's way. Nate, Vancouver, lab more. Nate's voice broke, his sister's hand in his, blood on his hands. Lab, basements, vats, ferals, 20 cage, collared, blood-fed, 10 mercs. Office ledgers, hubs, names Montreal, Shanghai, Europe, Asia. I heard it for her. Sam's machete was steady, his shoulder wrapped, his voice fierce, blood on his hands. For Lila, we burn it. Vancouver for all of them. Grandpa's journal lessons burned. The body follows the head. Nate, you're holding. Joe, your contacts. Vancouver, specifics. Boone preppers horses, supplies for Canada. Joe's pistol was steady, her leg and back bandaged, blood on her arm. North Edge, Dawn, 2 fighters, snares, rifles. Port, labs, ferals, collared, drugged, blood-fed, 20 caged. Office ledgers, lieutenants, snipers, drones. We burn it for Chillicothe. The generals laugh, cold and bloodied, cut through. Vancouver's a spark, my network's fire, global. Ferals, slaves, drones, you'll die, Jax. Shut up. Nate roared, his machete at the general's throat, blood on the blade, silencing him. His sister's hand is fire. The radio crackled, Ellie's voice urgent. Jimmy, Ellie, Homestead. Bunker secure, ferals hit, repelled, drone down, Clara shot. Human scream, Merc chant east, no Carter. Vancouver, port labs, blood-fed ferals. Experiments, 50 mercs. Drones, global hubs, Montreal, Shanghai. Status? Over. Jimmy's voice was steel, blood on his hands. Ellie, Texas safe house it, Mercs, Carter's bike, Farrell's helped, drone down. Ledgers, girls freed, General bound, Vancouver, port, sewer dawn, with preppers underground. Hold, for Lila, all of them. Over. Ellie's voice crackled fierce, blood in her tone. Copy, Jimmy. Bunkers fortified. Trap set. Vancouver, labs, Farrell's drones, experiments. Crawgator's preppers with you. Dawn. Stay alive for us. Over. Jenny's heart surged. Ellie's fire a lifeline, blood on her hands. Vancouver, for Lila the girls, she whispered, her crowbar vow, her botanist's heart steel. A new howl broke the morning, not Farrell's, but scream human south, where a bike roared Carter's, joined by a drone's buzz, another, circling, its red light closer, and the chant, General. General, louder, Mercs, rising, blood in the air. Jimmy's crossbow was up, his voice grim, blood on his hands. They're coming, Carter, drones, General's men, Farrell's trailing. Ready the traps. Jenny's knife was ready. Sam's machete a vow. Joe's pistol a spark. Boone's shotgun a shield. Nate's bound hands a chain. His sister's fires defiance. Blood on their hands. The Vancouver threshold was a crucible. The network's gambit a storm, and the Jacks family's fire was their blade.